you and Callie have had TLC's food trailer going for about a year now. What are some of the like nuanced grinding and challenges you guys have had? I know in a previous episode we kind of talked about food trailers in general and some of that stuff, but now that you guys have hit that year mark and you've worked out some of your kinks and everything, but just in general, adding a second business, what has it felt like with that grind, and do you feel like it's being successful? Are you happy with where it's at?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing that we've found is the time it actually consumes. I think our thought was, oh, we've got everything we want in the trailer, so we can just hook it up to my truck and throw some milk in and go. And, that's not the case. It takes more than just me, more than just Callie, to get an event going. We've got things that our managers do that are behind the scenes, whether it's stock, ordering, fixing our menus for the next event, because every event's different.
Right.
And the time that it takes to prep the trailer to leave, to unload. If we look at a 2-hour event, it's at least 4 hours altogether, and that's not even including driving.
Yeah.
So, I think definitely we talked about it before when we were deciding on doing the trailer. I think we're like, oh yeah, we can just pick up and go whenever we want to. It's super easy, and that has been at least the most taxing part on me when it comes to, oh, well, we can just do this event. And it's like, well, unless I know we're going to make a lot of money off of it, there's a lot more work that people don't realize that go into it that, I think we kind of didn't think about when we originally bought the trailer.
Yeah, and I just feel like that's how it is with any sort of business, and especially successful ones. I mean, any sort of success, any sort of business, being a pro athlete or anything that is worthwhile. First of all, if it was easy, anybody could do it, right? I mean, if it was easy to just hook it up to a truck and go make money, there'd be 100 coffee trailers floating around Macon County at this point. If it was easy, anybody would do it. But have you ever heard of the Chinese bamboo tree?
No.
Okay, so I heard this, I don't know, this has been over a year ago, and it just always kind of pops in my head every once in a while, and it's the perfect example of like how business and success works, and I can attest to this obviously with with Crawford's especially, but the Chinese bamboo tree, you plant it, okay, and you start watering it, nurturing it, taking care of it, but you have to continue watering and taking care of it, just like any other plant. So after a year, you still see nothing sprouting out of the ground. So you keep watering, nurturing. Year 2, there's still nothing sprouting out of the ground. Year 3, again, you're taking care of it, you're nurturing it, you're watering it, you're taking care of it, nothing. Year 4, nothing. Year 5, though, boom, within weeks, it can grow 90 feet. And that's just how business is. You have to work on it and be okay with no visible reward. No visible reward for years. And it truly is years. I mean, you and Callie have been at this since 2019. And I'm sure there are times where it feels like you're still in the years of grinding part before you're seeing the fruit. But, and I can attest, Hill and I, we saw some success early, but truly hitting like confident success where we were, okay, we have a system going, we have a business that can sustain itself and that can semi-move without us and whatnot. That was easily years into the process. And everybody, and that's the kind of the funny thing. Everybody kind of, they don't know you those years. Most of the people don't know you those years of grinding, the years of sacrifices, the years of missing the family events, not of missing even weddings, graduations, all this stuff that it takes to go into building a successful business that's going to last. They don't really even get to know you till that year 5 or year 6, and you're 90 feet up in the air. And then most of the time those people think, oh, they have it so easy. They have all this money or all this success. And honestly, those type of people that don't that just kind of stick their nose up to the successful people, the people that have actually put that work in and built a business and built something. I mean, honestly, they can just piss off, because you can't let that negativity affect you in your life and your business. I mean, have you guys felt some of that stuff as far as like, can you see what I'm saying? We're like, it's literally years where you can feel like there's no reward. There is literally years where you're going to break even or lose money and you see no reward, but then at some point, and it's okay. It's not going to, it could be 3 years of that and you hit the reward. It could be 10 years. One of the people I like to listen to, Andy Frisella, I mean, he talks about his story all the time, how the first 10 years he made, like $60,000 that whole time. But then year 10, he, made over $1 million or something like that. But and that's the truth though. You have to be willing to put in that grind and put in that work and not see any immediate success. And that's the same with fitness too though. I mean, you have to be willing to work out. Like you go to the gym for a month, you're probably not going to see a whole lot of a difference in your body. You are going to have to keep at it slowly, methodically, taking better care of your body, all the things that go into being healthier, your nutrition, cardio, lifting weights, all those things wrapped into one to build your body up and to be healthier. It's the same with the health and fitness as it is with business. But I didn't mean to cut you off, but I mean, do you see what I'm saying? Where it's like, it is like years upon years of not seeing the fruits of your labor.
Yeah, I mean, as you've seen, it's been this year will be 7 years with TLC, and we can't really go off how normal businesses or anything is, first 7 years because we had COVID kind of screw us over. 2 years in.
Yeah, second full year in.
Yeah, so we're kind of getting a good vibe, all that kind of stuff, and then that threw a wrench in our entire plan. Had to redo a lot of things, and even still, we'll see to this day, literally Callie and I have text messages from this morning, and we didn't talk about what you were going to talk about. You haven't anything this morning, but literally Callie and I have had text messages this morning, trying not to get discouraged because, this summer's been a little bit slower and we don't know why.
Sure.
And, we're talking to each other, but each week is so different, and it's hard to not beat ourselves up so much. And I definitely have more of a problem in it than she does, but at the same time, we have to kind of keep looking forward, and like we've talked about before, and just kind of figure out what we need to do. Know that our hard work is not just going to not go anywhere, but we might not see something in the next week or 2 weeks. Hey, we've got these strategies, that we want to implement that we've talked with our managers about last week.
And they take time.
Yeah,
it all takes time.
Yeah, and we were like, we can post this and it'll do great. But my thought process for a long time was, if we don't see something, the next 2 days, week, whatever it is, nope, it has to be something different.
Yeah.
And that's been the hardest on me, and I'm kind of realizing that now is I need to give this a little bit of time to breathe.
Yeah.
And
it's got to grow. I mean, you got to nurture it. You got to water it. I mean, and the added thing, obviously with a business, I mean, the added thing that I think we all do is we pray about our businesses, and that's a big part of, asking God to guide the businesses and guide us in what those moves are supposed to be so our businesses get to the point where they're meant to be what He wants them to be. I mean, it's not, and I know we've talked about this before, it's not just about success and money, but truly making an impact in our communities and being a positive place for people to work and be proud of working at and be proud of what we do in our businesses.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's also that facet to it and that side, but that's a very important side and whatnot to the nurturing process, to the watering process, at least, for us in our businesses and whatnot. But it's funny because those people, they see, they see Hill and I now, and I still have people that make the comments. I mean, some of them are joking, some of them are not, but there are people that think that if I touch anything, it turns to gold. If I touch a business, I buy a piece of property, they joke around, oh well, it's gonna just turn to gold. And it's like you don't see the meet up at 3 a.m. because that's what I have to do that day to get the stuff done I need to get done, to get my workout in and everything, to then be home with Hill and the kids or take the kids to this or that, but still work on the business stuff that needs to be worked on. They just see, oh, well, he kind of gets to dictate his schedule, I might add,
Yeah.
and, has some success. And it's like, yeah, but I have to, like, get my ass kicked all the time to do that.
Or you guys, you're lucky enough to be able to go on, multiple vacations a year, but it's after just going on one with you for a week, like, you're not you're on vacation, but, like, that doesn't mean you're just don't remember anything that's going on.
Right, there's still stuff to take care of, and my phone still goes off, and there's still things, but that's part of the game, especially when you're the owner. I mean, you accept that role, and that's a reason why a lot of people don't really like or want to be an owner, is because they know that you are essentially a 24-hour. You have to be able to be prepared to take something on, and that's fine. But I just think it's important for people to understand that, especially people that are early in their businesses or in their fitness, that to not be discouraged. It takes years and years and years of persistence and patience and grind and sacrifice and intentionally learning to get to the point of you can semi-relax. But then what I found is once I got to the point where it's like, okay, we have successful businesses, they're proven, they are running well, we're super blessed to have super great people working for us. All I found is, though, I have this immense drive, and I can't suppress it by just relaxing or something. Now I need to go apply it in other ways. So figuring that out is somewhat of a challenge sometimes for me especially. But obviously, Hill and I are diving into this, the building of the gym in Forsyth. So that's taking a lot of my energy. And at the same time, though, not losing sight of the current businesses still need my attention and still need my thumb to push them forward, and being intentional about that and showing that care as well still.